Hello, Paul Hamilton here for iPad Monthly. We're going to take a look at Geoboard today and start to explore how different shapes are connected with other shapes and how they kind of interact and how they're connected. So let's jump into Geoboard. Let's get straight into it. And what we're going to do here is, if you haven't used Geoboard before, we can actually we can bring in the grids. We can actually bring in the numbers here as well, which might come in handy. We could actually increase the number as well. So I might actually bring them in a little bit, which is great. So just from these sort of things, we could actually do some graphing and some different things as well. So didn't plan on actually bringing this in, but what you could actually do is actually bring those down and actually kind of do some graphing and different things here. It's easy to use. So you might actually do some tallies and stuff like that, but we're not actually going to do that. We're going to have a start to look at some different aspects of how shapes can interact. So I'm going to stretch this one out here, if I can. And I'll make a little square. And what we can start to look at is actually start to look at how shapes interact. So clearly we've got a square there, but if I actually let's bring in a different color and actually put that there, we can start to actually have a look at how things like, bear with me here, things like triangles can actually blend in with squares, and how, a triangle might be half of that, and how many triangles are there. We could actually break through and actually start to look at length times width and actually use our grid, actually build in some calculations there. So we might actually be able to do some length times width. So that's, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6. So 6 by 6 equals 36. And so that's the area. So we can then start to calculate what the area of a triangle might be as well. And we can actually start to blend in some other things there. And then you can do things like starting to blend in the actual look at the triangle then, and actually start to look at how that actually works in regard to maybe half of triangles and what that actually means as well. So we could actually blend there and actually go another triangle as well. And so you can start to really play with shapes and get kids to explore the properties of shapes and how they interact and how they're all connected. I think that this would be a really, really worthwhile thing. We can obviously then take screenshots and bring them into things like Book Creator or Explain Everything might be actually a better option to do some calculations and explain the kids' thinking as we actually go through. So it's one of our favorite apps, Geoboard, because you can do so much with it. Starts with a blank canvas, and we can actually start to play around with shapes, starting to look at numbers and different mathematical concepts all built into one. Hope you found that useful. That's Paul Hamilton. Well, this is Paul Hamilton for iPad Monthly, signing off.